Welcome to another episode of the ISB show. I'm your host Sahil here with Rahi, and we are talking the US men's national team. For those of you who didn't watch the match last night, the Mauricio Pochettino's first match, and Rahi, we are back to winning ways for the USA.
I want you to ignore the performance, ignore some of the concerns you had. Remember, this is the team that effectively eliminated the US from Copa America. 2-0 in the end, winning ways. I understand the performance wasn't perfect. Honestly, it wasn't very good. But I don't care because we won the match, right? In the end, we won. And the reason we hired this man was to get back to winning ways. We're back to winning ways. I don't care about anything else. Should I care?
I think we should care about beating Panama because that is the team that we can never beat. And I'm taking it personally because they eliminated us from Copa America.
Yeah,
so I know
mean,
it was a friendly. But we've had major problems with this team and we finally won. So
I know, but we won the sideline, right? Looking at Pochettino on the sideline, to be honest,
yeah,
I'm going to tell you this. I've watched this team for 20 years.
Yeah.
To see a manager of that caliber in the blazer, standing on the sideline, coaching the US, it got me emotional, to be honest. I have never seen a manager of his quality coaching this team. And that feeling of having him there made me, I don't know, I'm encouraged. I understand the performance wasn't great.
It's a wild phenomenon, though. It's a strange. I had the same reaction to you. I was looking at this and I'm like, wait a second. Mauricio Pochettino, he's on the sideline.
Right.
You're thinking like, am I watching like a PSG game? Am I watching a Chelsea game? Am I watching a Champions League game? And you're like, wait a second. This is the US men's national team.
Exactly.
Against Panama in a CONCACAF regional matchup. It's strange.
It's very strange. And for the first time in a long time, our manager won the wardrobe battle too, right? He had the blazer. He looked good. On the other side, there was the white blazer Panamanian with the gray pants. Didn't look very good from the Panamanian manager.
He outstyled a very stylish manager.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely outstyled it.
Yeah, because and in the Panama's manager is stylish. He's a stylish guy, actually. Panama's manager,
No, I'm not gonna deny he's stylish. He wore the white blazer.
Yeah,
but he wore it with the wrong pants. I'm not gonna lie. And Pochettino, there is something. Look, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm not certain of if it's gonna be the best thing ever, but I'm encouraged. I'm optimistic because to see a manager of his caliber, to see the way he reacted to mistakes, and there were many mistakes, right? Panama had chances, and the way he reacted, the anger, he was talking to his staff, he was upset about the way things happened. That is something I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it translates to results, but it is an expectation from the manager, a desire that we should be better. And I'm hopeful that it becomes winning ways. And let's be honest, this is the same team that Greg Berhalter, sorry, I can't even say his name anymore, lost to a few months ago, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you were seeing the same guys. It's very strange, like how the match played out because Fajardo, who has a chance. We'll talk about the match in a second. He has a golden chance to tie the matchup, right? I guarantee you, in a strange multiverse under Greg Berhalter, I guarantee that ball goes in, right?
Yeah,
it's the Pochettino effect. Fajardo has basically a certain goal, and he kicks it out.
No, I mean it was actually a horrendous finish. Like I don't know what he did with it. Yeah. But by the same sort of logic you're saying, Matt Turner makes two incredible saves that I don't think he would have made under Berhalter. It's a weird effect of like sometimes a new manager brings new energy and brings this encouragement and this optimism. And I felt that a little bit. I don't think it was a good performance. Yeah. I actually don't think it was a very different performance from when they played under Berhalter. But the difference is they won, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the match a little bit. So one thing I did notice right off the bat is I did see some semblance of strategy. And, I saw I saw the pressing, you saw the wingers tuck in a little bit. I actually really liked Musa playing out on the wing. Some people in social media were complaining about it. I actually liked it. I thought he was good out there.
Well, let's be honest. Musa just scored his first goal ever for the national team.
Yeah.
And if there's one knock on Yunus Musa, very talented, incredible in tight spaces, but he has never been an attacking threat, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, in the first game under Pochettino, he scores a goal. No, I'm not saying that's all Pochettino, but it is a big shift, right? For a player who has never scored a goal to score a goal. It's a big moment. And I thought Musa was very good, probably the best player for the U.S.
Yeah,
right?
Musa was fantastic. Mark McKenzie was fantastic. Musa is something very interesting in the post-match press conference. He said, Pochettino looked at the fact that I had played, at the youth levels, this wide position. And so he put me in that position. And Pochettino's reason for doing it was he wanted to reignite some confidence in this player. So he saw at the youth academy he was playing in this particular position, and it's interesting because he gets his first goal. So there's a lot of things that come into play. I thought Mark McKenzie was fantastic as well.
Mark McKenzie was very good. I think that's a good point though, right? I don't know that Musa as a winger is a long-term solution, but Musa's now a goal scorer for the U.S. men's national team, right? So that ability to find players' strengths and then give them the confidence, it's almost like him scoring is worth more than him playing the wing. I don't foresee him playing the wing in the future.
Yeah.
But Pochettino has now made Musa confident in he struggled for minutes at AC Milan, right? He hasn't played a lot.
Yeah.
So this is a player who's coming into camp lacking confidence. And now he scored his first goal ever. And you saw the way he reacted to the goal. You saw him on the sideline after the goal.
Yeah.
That's the Pochettino effect. That really is it. And I can't help but be excited about it.
And I think that was, you saw it, even though the team didn't play particularly well as a whole, a lot of improvements need to be done. But what you did see is each individual player, I felt, was able to put on a better performance. It was every single player across the board. You saw more of Pulisic. You saw Busio and Aiden Morris in the center. I thought that was a great combo in there. And it just felt the whole thing felt much more tight and compact.
100%. Now, it wasn't a good performance. It wasn't a vintage performance. It wasn't any better than Berhalter. But it's a very good point. If you look individually, was Mark McKenzie better? Absolutely. Was Busio better than we've ever seen him? Absolutely. Was Aiden Morris better? Yes. I mean, all these players. Was Pepe better? Was Musa better? And that's, I think, what we have to look at is that I don't think by any means this was an amazing performance by the team. But there's two things we have to take. Number one, it's a win. It's a win against a team that, by the way, Greg Berhalter lost to, right?
Yep.
In the U.S.
Yep.
Number two, first goal for Musa, great performance for Morris, great performance for Pepe, great performance for McKenzie. All of a sudden, you have players that we were questioning whether they're ready. Now they have confidence. I'm not going to read too much into this because it's a week into it. But all of a sudden, I feel optimistic about individuals. Yeah. Now, the team performance, that has to be figured out. And I believe he will figure it out. It wasn't very cohesive. It wasn't very collective. Yeah. But let's be honest, there are positives, right? All these individual players look better than we've seen before.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. And he's just starting, right? So the first thing he wants to do, and
one week with the team.
Yeah,
right?
And I can see sort of what he's doing here. So he's basically saying, I want to get these players' confidence back up. You heard in the theme of what he was saying is he wants to send them back to the clubs better than they came to the national team. So what he's meaning, without saying it, what he's actually speaking it, maybe he's doing a very interesting dynamic here of what he's actually saying, is he's basically saying, I feel like these players aren't getting playing time at their clubs, some of them, and they're not being able to excel at their clubs. So I'm going to bring that confidence back. And that's a huge motivator, I think, for them. It's one thing that was missing for all these players for a long time.
100%. I mean, and let's be honest, this was an easy match in many ways. At home in Austin against a team you should beat. But hey, we didn't beat them a few months ago.
I don't think that, and this is what I keep saying about Panama every time in the other videos we've had, is it is not that easy of a team. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, easy team." It's not. This is the fourth ranked team in CONCACAF basically, and every time we played them, we've had a tough time. We've had a tough time against them.
Do you think it's luck or do you think it's not luck? The fact that Matt Turner makes two huge saves, the fact that Fajardo misses a point blank sitter, the fact that Musa scores and Pepe scores. I mean, is that luck or is that the Pochettino effect?
I'll tell you why I think it's a little bit of the Pochettino effect, and that's because the confidence that I could see on the field that the players are playing with, and regardless of what anyone wants to say, as a U.S. men's national team fan, when I see Mauricio Pochettino on the field, it could be just totally emotional, but when I see him on the field in the sideline, I feel like he is going to make the right decisions versus when I see, no offense to some other coaches, either a Greg Berhalter or a lesser profile coach, I don't have that same confidence.
I agree. You know, there was one moment. If there was a moment when Turner makes 2 saves, he makes the one. I don't remember who was against, but he makes 2 point blank saves.
Yeah,
and the camera cuts to Pochettino on the sideline, and he turns around and he's basically angry, right? And he's talking to his staff. I don't know what he's saying. I couldn't read his lips, but he looks like those like a serious manager saying, "How did we give up these 2 chances?" And it's weird because in that moment, for the first time in a long time, I felt confident, right? I felt like, yes, you feel what I'm feeling. You are a manager of a certain echelon, and it was a weird thing that I never saw from Berhalter. I don't think I saw it from Arena. I don't think I saw it from Bradley. And I felt that, yes, Turner made the saves, but the anger from the manager, the anger that we gave up those chances, for me, it was a different feeling. Nothing I've seen before.
100%. And that just shows you that this manager demands more, and he's going to demand more of the players. And I think but he does it in a way where it builds the players up. You know, he's not one of these managers who's like, I don't sense that the players are scared of him. I think it's more like they respect him, and he's doing it in the right way, because what's going to end up happening is when he first tries to empower them, then when you come and tell them, hey, you're screwing up, you need to step it up, it's received much better. So I think there was a lot of nuances to this that maybe the average person may have seen it and said, oh, it looks the same. Not exactly.
Agreed. I don't think he made serious changes where we felt that, oh my God, we're watching a new U.S. men's national team. No way.
Yeah.
But give him time. What I did see was there was more intensity, there was more energy, there was more pressing. And the biggest thing was when they lost the ball, they were trying to win it back. I saw Tim Ream step up. I saw Mark McKenzie step up. I saw Anthony Robinson step up in ways that I haven't seen before. They were trying to play on the front foot. It wasn't clean. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't clean. The passes weren't good. It was very messy. Yeah. But I felt a different energy about we're going to try and disrupt the way that Panama plays. And if we lose the ball, which they did many times, we're going to try and get it back.
Yeah. You saw, one player I think who didn't have a fantastic game, Brendan Aronson, of course, he there's a certain thing that Pochettino likes about him. But I'll say this, even a player like Brendan Aronson under Pochettino, who struggled to find the rhythm of what exactly he can do, I have confidence that Pochettino can perhaps unlock this in all our players. And I think it's a good thing,
100%. I mean, his passing wasn't great. Sometimes his touch was off. But look, the first goal, Pulisic plays the ball to him. He plays a wonderful layoff back to him, to Pulisic, and then it's across, right? So as bad as in many ways Aronson was in terms of like he wasn't a little off in his final pass, the goal is him, right? It's the combination of Pulisic, Aronson, and Musa. And the biggest thing, and we're talking about Aronson, I know, but the biggest thing is one game into Pochettino's tenure, we have a goal from somebody who's never scored, right? And maybe it's an accidental, maybe it's random, but like the fact that Musa has scored for the national team, to me, that's something different, right? It signals to me that a player has confidence that he didn't have before.
Yeah.
When have we seen Musa score? Never.
100%. 100%. I honestly, I don't know how the rest of the U.S. men's national team fans out there feel. You guys can tell us in the comments and let us know what you feel. But I came out of this feeling very optimistic. Rahi, it sounds like you did as well.
No, I did. And I get it. I'm going to be very honest with you and with all U.S. fans. This performance was not good. It wasn't good. It wasn't significantly better than under Berhalter. But the difference is I saw individual players step up. And that to me signals that there's a different sort of feeling around the team. There's some inspiration. And I think it's going to translate into collective performances. As right now, clearly he hasn't had the time. He hasn't been able to implement his strategy. It doesn't look cohesive. But there's an energy, there's an optimism, there's an excitement. And I felt it. And if you didn't feel it, okay, give it time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, 100%. So for those of you out there enjoying these videos, we'll continue to cover the U.S. men's national team. U.S. men's national team, of course, win 2-0 against Panama. Get some little bit of revenge for the Copa America elimination. And most importantly, in Pochettino's first match, get the victory. And I think we all felt that maybe something is building. I won't say it is, maybe it's building. And I think that is what we need as U.S. men's national team fans. Rahi, anything quick before we end this video?
No, stylish as very stylish, right? I'm going to say this to all the U.S. fans. Did you imagine a day when you would see a manager of his caliber on the sidelines? And to me, it gave me so much happiness to see a man of his caliber, to see the anger, the passion, the desire on the sidelines. I don't know that it's going to translate to victories. I hope so, but it's gotten off to the right start. And just, I'm asking all of you, give it time and enjoy this moment. We have a world-class manager coaching the U.S. national team. Let that sink in and feel the optimism, feel the energy. Let's see how this goes, because I believe it might go very well.
Yeah, it just might. So I'll say it proudly today. Go USA!